Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a recipe for my butternut squash soup. It's lovely and autumnal and perfect for this time of year, so if you want to see how I make it then keep watching. So first up, I like to make this in big batches. So I've got 2 small butternut squashes here. You could use some larger ones if you wanted to, or just halve the amount of soup that you're going to make. It's entirely up to you. And all I'm going to do here is top and tail my butternut squash, and then I'm going to chop it into chunks. So I tend to go down the middle first and scoop out all of the seeds and the flesh here. You can actually keep these if you rinse them off and roast them, but I don't actually like them, so that's down to you. And then what I'm going to do is just cut this into chunks. And I do small chunks because mainly then you can roast them quicker, and I always leave the skin on because A, it's quicker and easier, but there's also lots of nutrients in there as well. You can also add some other veg into this if you want to, and you've got bits left over in the fridge or the cupboard. So I have some carrots here that I'm going to chop down to a similar size, but red pepper works really well with this as well. That's entirely up to you. And then I'm just going to put everything on a lined baking tray and then go in with some spray oil. I just find spray oil is really handy because it reduces how much you use and it stops it from getting too greasy. And then I am going to season my squash and my carrot as well with salt and pepper. So just a quick twist of each of those. And then I'm going to go in with some garlic powder just for some extra flavour. So I sprinkle all of this on, and then I go in with my hands and rub everything together, make sure all of the flavourings are nicely coated throughout the squash. And then once that is done, I pop that in the oven at around 200 degrees centigrade for about 30 minutes or until nice and golden. Meanwhile, in a large pan, I'm going to go in with some olive oil, and I'm just going to fry off some onion. I have a large onion here, roughly chopped. You could use a small one, 2 small ones, it's up to you. This soup recipe is quite forgiving and you can kind of just bung everything in and you get some nice flavour. Then I'm going in with a large chilli and 3 cloves of crushed garlic. I've not chopped anything too finely because, like I said before, we're going to blend this all at the end, so you don't need to waste too much time chopping things properly because it'll be fine. Once your onion, garlic and chilli is nice and soft and your squash and carrot are roasted and nice and soft from the oven, you're going to combine them all together in that same pan, and then you're going to cover them with some stock. I have chicken stock here because that's what we had in, but you could use vegetable stock. And to begin with, I just add enough to cover, and then I'm going to go in with my hand blender. This is just a Russell Hobbs one that I got from Amazon ages ago, and you can use any work fine. And then you're just going to blend it. I start slow and I don't add too much liquid in the beginning because it gets really messy otherwise, and I'm just going to blitz this until it's nice and smooth, and then get the consistency right by adding a little bit more stock just to get it to the way that I like it. I like my soup quite thick and smooth, but it's up to you. If you want to make it a little bit looser, you can add more stock, and then you just give it a taste and assess any flavourings from there. I like to serve my butternut squash soup with a sprinkling of feta, and then over the top I like to add some smoky bacon lardons. You could think of loads of different toppings, like sage works really well with some toasted breadcrumbs, or coconut milk and extra chilli. It's entirely up to you, but this way is definitely worth a try because it's so tasty and the bacon's nice and salty and just goes really well. A bread roll is always key. I love a bit of bread with my soup. But this is the recipe, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you give it a go, don't forget to let me know over on Instagram or social media. I would love to know if you try it. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!